in a new dark age of control. And so everything we do here is to educate people about that real scenario, that real paradigm, and to resist it. Now, continuing here, this article, again, is from prisonplanet.com. Establishment ignores violent rhetoric from eco-leftists, while the establishment has invoked the supposed threat of vitriolic right-wing rhetoric as a tool with which to bludgeon freedom of speech in response to the Tucson shootings. It has conspired to sweep under the carpet the far more extreme and threatening language and images used by so-called leftists in the context of the climate change debate, rhetoric that has led directly to crimes and murders. While Sarah Palin is castigated for using an image of crosshairs targeting political districts, leftists produce violent and bloody films that depict children being liquidated in an orgy of blood and guts for not towing the line of the political dogma of man-made global warming. You've had all these weird cases of parents shooting their babies, shooting their toddlers, and then shooting themselves. We've seen cases of that. People setting their own houses on fire, burning it up, chanting, "It's for the earth, it's for the earth." We've seen, the guy taking over the Discovery Channel facility because it's for the earth and the humans were parasites. We see it constantly out there, and it's lauded and praised as if it's something good. And now we have the Democrat governor running in the campaign for U.S. Senate in West Virginia, firing a 30-06 through the cap and trade bill. You've got now a lot of cases documented at Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com. Drudge Report's got a bunch of them up, where they're calling for Sarah Palin's murder and putting crosshairs on her, or Democrats putting crosshairs on districts they wanted, or Obama saying, let's bring guns. The Republicans bring a knife. We're going to bring guns to that knife fight. All of this is symbolic, and it's part of the political discourse. And so when the Democrats hypocritically try to come in and say, end this rhetoric, when I really looked at it from a nonpartisan perspective, outside the left-right paradigm, the left are some of the most vicious race baiters and hate promoters and balkanizers and people that use military terminology even more than the Republicans. But hey, I've got an idea. How about we follow the First Amendment? Doesn't matter if you're an atheist, a libertarian, a communist, a liberal, a conservative, a freedom lover. That's what I call myself. That's the best way to describe what I'm into. How about we just all have our freedom of speech? And as long as you don't say, kill someone, as long as you don't go on air or go up to somebody at the checkout counter and say, I'm going to kill you, you're A-OK. As long as you don't tell people to go kill people. Remember Michael Reagan? We could play the clip here. If you doubt it, just search the term Michael Reagan says kill Mark Dice. Mark Dice, frequent guest on this show, had questioned the official 9/11 story, as 6 of the 10 9/11 commissioners have. And Michael Reagan said, I will pay for the bullets. This is where he lives. I'm serious. He said, I'm serious. I want you to kill him. I will pay you to kill him. I will pay for the bullets. And we need to line up all the other 9/11 truthers and shoot them. Now, the FBI was called. Mark Dice did get threats, by the way. I'm going from memory, that happened a few years ago, but at work and all over the place. And nothing was done. In fact, Michael Reagan had YouTube pulling it down all over the internet, including they tried to do it on our channel, but we filed against them in federal court, and they had to remove their fake claim because it was fair use. Somebody's calling for a murder and a hit, and we're playing it and responding. We have absolute right to do that. 100%. No doubts about that. So the courts were there to help Michael Reagan say kill people. And even if you disagree with people who believe the official fairy tale about 9/11 or folks that don't believe in it, it's all their right. You don't say go kill them, go to their house, go to their work, I'll pay for the bullets, murder them. You know, you hear these calls, and it came out 2 weeks ago that in a major law enforcement symposium, it made national news here in the U.S., that the main speaker was telling police, local police from all over the country, there were thousands of them there, that we need to go ahead and just kill all the quote, Muslims, because they're all terrorists, and go ahead and kill their children, too. And then the reporters were asking the cops there, do you agree with that? And they're like, yeah, you heard him. See, this is the mind control. I mean, how do you think the Nazis did what they did? Hitler demonized certain groups, blamed those groups for everything, got a big tribal fervor going, and Germans who were very moral people. I mean, I've studied that culture from the contemporary historians and anthropologists and sociologists at the time. Germans were very moral, very low crime rate, followed the rules, all that stuff, but they had that weakness for following orders. So they did all those things. Same thing with the Soviets and the Russians. But I'm done talking about that. I want to run through some of the latest developments dealing with the shooter, Jared Lee Loughner. Some big developments. And then we're going to open the phones up. And then we've got David Icke joining us, the Southern Poverty Law Center with Keith Olbermann on MSNBC. They say it's all his fault that the guy did it.
Normal blood pressure, naturally. How would that make you feel?
I'm Don from New Mexico. January of 2000, I had a heart attack. Then my real health began going downhill, and I had high blood pressure, high blood sugar, poor vision, and I really wasn't sleeping well. I was a mess, pretty much.
Don reports dramatic improvements with Heart and Body Extract.
I started taking Heart and Body Extract, and from within a few days, I started sleeping a lot better. My blood pressure normalized, my blood sugar normalized, and my sleep really did improve.
Experience these benefits and more when your body gets what it needs with the assistance of Heart and Body Extract. Order at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305. That's hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305.
And folks, I did not expect this at all. By the 7th, 8th, and 9th day, I saw dramatic improvements from taking Heart and Body Extract.
Details at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305 for Heart and Body Extract.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, it seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv.
Have you ever felt like the United States government knows way too much about your financial affairs? I continue to hear stories about property seizures, frozen bank accounts, confiscation of stocks and bonds. It makes me wonder if the U.S. citizen will ever again have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Unfortunately, with the Drug and Money Laundering Act, the IRS Revenue Ruling 6045 of 1984, and the Trading with the Enemy Act and Franklin D. Roosevelt's Executive Order of 1933, some precious metal holdings are subject to government intervention. For this reason, Midas Resources has prepared a report explaining the boundaries of trading precious metals privately. Whether if you have any intention of trading with Midas Resources or not, I have instructed my representatives to give this report out free. Call for your free copy at 1-800-686-2237. When investing, always proceed with caution. Again, call 1-800-686-2237. Exercise your legal right to trade metals privately. 1-800-686-2237.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0000. 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for SurvivalSeedBank.com. The reason we've got David Icke, former head of the Green Party over in England, best-selling author, one of the better-known, quote, conspiracy theorists in the world, is because doing research on the Grim Reaper Tucson shooter, that's the biggest news story right now in the world, not just in the United States, it's big news all over the planet, and being used to further disarm populations while governments continue to be one of the #1 causes of death. They never hype that up and play that up, or the millions of children that died in World War II, in Germany, in Europe, in Russia, in Asia. There's never a discussion of those millions. As Stalin said, one person dies, it's a tragedy. 10,000 die, it's a statistic. The media is not hyping that up. But we've got Icke coming on in about an hour from now, or a little more than an hour, bottom of the next hour, because it's just so crazy to have the Southern Poverty Law Center's Director of Research, Potok, get up on television and say that Ayn Rand and then David Icke are to blame. When the Grim Reaper, devil worshiper, nihilistic, political independent said nothing about David Icke. And they talked about lucid or awake dreaming in one of his rambling videos. I mean, lucid or wide awake dreaming. I saw a Tucson newspaper yesterday saying it's my fault or that I could be connected because I'm in the Richard Linklater movie Waking Life about lucid awake dreaming. I mean, there have been books written about it for hundreds of years. I'm in a movie put out about it by Fox Searchlight. I guess Fox is to blame. The Tucson sheriff for Pinal County, I mean, I don't need to play the clip here. You know it's one of the biggest stories in the country right now. Top of the Drudge Report, ABC News, top story. They're actually at ABC covering it like, I mean, the Drudge Report is just pointing out the absurdity, but ABC and others are taking it serious like, yeah, maybe Rush Limbaugh caused this. Some screwed up, drugged out, clearly schizophrenic freak has all the hallmarks of being under mind control, told people he was under mind control, told others that he was concerned about mind control. I mean, I don't know what the truth is, but we know those programs exist. And then magically, he shows up and shoots all these people, reportedly only got one 18-round clip out and shot 18 people, killing 6. I mean, I'm a great shot with a handgun. And I've got high-capacity Glocks myself that take the 30-round, you know, where it sticks out on the bottom. I've got that for defense. And I'm a good shot, but I couldn't imagine walking around shooting people and calmly hitting all 18 of my targets. I mean, that's just amazing. This whole thing is very, very suspicious, and it stinks to high heaven. And this Judge Roll was very patriotic, had ruled